Oh yeah! New package alert. Magnaflow. We have a new exhaust here today in the garage. I'm currently building a Chevy Silverado 1500 Overland build. The new addition to the truck we're going to install today is a Magnaflow exhaust, the Street Series edition with the black exhaust tips. Do some before sounds so you can listen to the stock exhaust and compare it. I got a few special tools which we will go over what tools are required. We're gonna go step by step through the installation process. Let's have some fun. Let's open this box and let's see what's inside.
The Street Series is a catback exhaust that has been dyno tested to have an increase in performance as well as sound. It is made of stainless steel and comes with all the hangers, mounting brackets, and materials needed. And it is advertised to be completely bolt-on and DIY friendly, which I guess we'll find out in this video. I was originally attracted to another exhaust from Magnaflow called the Overland series. They advertised this as a high ground clearance exhaust system because they tuck the tips up underneath near the spare tire. They say it has a no drone insert that is quiet for when you're out camping, and overall it is lightweight, which is really beneficial for those of us that carry a lot of gear. Unfortunately for me, they only make this exhaust in the 6.2 liter Silverados, and I have the 5.3 engine. So I just wanted to throw that out there. If you have the big boy 6.2 liter engine and you want something that's slightly less aggressive sounding and you want better ground clearance, then check out the Overland series.
This little extension here, 12.5 inches, is for if you have the long bed. I have the standard or short bed, so I don't need this piece. And then let's talk about the tools that will be needed to remove the stock exhaust. You can usually use a Sawzall cut just before the muffler. The exhaust will come out in 2 pieces. But for this video, I want to do without any cutting, just using tools that the normal person would have at home. First thing, we will need this piece that comes with your truck. This is under the back seat of your truck. You're gonna need a 15 millimeter socket. I did notice there is a 13 millimeter bolt on there. I have this self-ratcheting wrench, which will be kind of helpful for that. This is the exhaust hanger pliers. We will need a set of these. This will be very helpful. Of course, some WD-40 to loosen things up, and then some type of lube or grease, and that should be it as far as tools that's required. One of the first mods I did on the Trailboss when I got this truck was I removed the front license plate and then I blacked out these tips in the rear that were all chrome. The powder coat that I put on there is coming off, and these things just look really raggedy. I don't know if you guys can see it. See, the powder coat is coming off. So this is going to be a huge upgrade. This is going to look so much better. So to gain access to the spare tire, we need to unclip this here. We're going to use our key that comes in our key fob to take out the lock. And then we're going to use those pieces that came underneath our seat of our truck, and I'm going to put 2 of them together here, and it fits in this hole sort of at an angle. Want to go in, and then we're going to use this piece here to lower that spare tire down. So just like that, we're going to remove the spare tire. This is where that spare tire was mounted. This piece of aluminum we're going to remove. That's the heat shield. It's a 13 millimeter socket. Okay, let's come to the front first and start unbolting everything on this side. So I'm gonna start unbolting right here at this flex pipe using that 13 millimeter self-ratcheting wrench. And then there's one more clip on top that we need to get with the flathead screwdriver or some kind of trim removal tool. Next, we're gonna use our hanger plier tool and start removing these hanger brackets here with the rubber grommet on it. Kind of jam that piece in there. Just like that. If we keep moving our way down the rear of the truck, there's 2 more hanger brackets right here and right here. So we're going to go ahead and remove those. Don't forget your WD-40 if you need a little extra help getting those off. For the last 2 hanger brackets, we're going to undo this bolt right here, right next to the exhaust tip. It's a 15 millimeter. That's the final 2 hangers on each side. Let's go ahead and remove those. We're gonna do the same exact thing on this last hanger. This is the last one, so we need to pull the stock exhaust off after this. I couldn't quite fit the whole exhaust over this rear axle, so I'm going to need to disassemble right here at the Y and just take this left side off right here. There we go. We are going to remove the stock tip guards here. I'm just gonna remove this bolt here on top, pull this down, and remove these two bolts. So we got the stock exhaust off without really any hiccups. We used the 13 mil to unscrew this socket. I ended up using a trim removal tool to push this down. So once you unscrew that first bolt, you have to get in here and push this down to pull off that bracket. That bracket was probably the hardest part of removing the old stock exhaust, but so far so good. Let's keep moving and let's install the new exhaust. Let's keep going. First, I want to lube all the rubber grommets. So we're gonna put a little bit of lube in each one of those holes so that when we slide the hangers in, they fit in a little bit easier. But basically, we're gonna do the same exact thing that we did when we removed everything. We're gonna start at the front of the truck with the flex pipe, and we're going to work our way back. We're actually going to reuse that stock clamp that we used on the flex pipe. So let's go. I'm gonna actually plug up this side and there we go. Now we're greased, lubed up, ready to go. I think I'm gonna push that hanger in first. It kind of holds the weight. So we're just gonna loosely fasten everything on here so it stays put, but we'll come back once it's all in place and tighten everything to, it says 30 to 35 foot-pounds of torque. Okay guys, for this next part, you might need to recruit some cheap labor or find someone to hold the pipes for you. This part is going to be closest to the pipe that we're installing. And then you ask your labor to come hold this. Can you guys come hold this for Dada?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, just hold it up for Dada right there, okay? How about you help with the filming? You can look at the camera and tell me if it looks good.
Oh yeah, okay.
Next, you just slid those hangers in each bracket there to hold it in place. And then I'm going to secure this clamp here. For the tailpipes, we're going to use the smaller 2.5 inch clamps. And we're just going to install the hangers with the same stock brackets there in the rear. Okay, so the tailpipe attached right there on that Y section, and then we used this hanger and tightened this bolt here with the 15 millimeter, and you kind of get it in position and then you tighten it down. But again, don't tighten everything until it's fully assembled, and then we can go back and torque it to spec. Let's do the other section of the tailpipe now. And thank you. And in the rear again, we're using those 2.5 inch clamps. All right, here's the moment of truth. Let's hear how it sounds. And let's make sure that we don't throw any codes or have an exhaust leak somewhere. You ready, dude? That sounds good. That sounds really good. Boom. I'm gonna go take this thing for a test drive and record the sounds, and then I'll post them for you guys here. So let's check it out before and after. Now that's how a V8 is supposed to sound. Yes, baby. Well, you know what, guys? If you're on the fence about installing an exhaust on your truck, let me assure you that you can do it. The Magnaflow Street Series, the one that I got, was all bolt-on. I was able to do it in my garage just over 3 hours, and I was filming it along the way. So if you have some basic tools and a little bit of determination, you could probably get this job done no problem and save yourself a few $100s. I'm not sure what muffler shops are charging these days to install something like that, but that was actually a really fun job. I did notice some rust, so I think I'm gonna go down there and clean the frame on one section. I got a little bit of rust, so it was actually good to crawl underneath there and check some other things out. But yeah, guys, I'm so satisfied with this exhaust. It looks infinitely better. It sounds infinitely better. Comment below, tell me your exhaust stories. I would love to hear it. Subscribe, make sure you do those things. It helps me out as a YouTuber. Hit the thumbs up button if you found this video useful. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. And I'll remind you, like usual, get outside, stay hydrated, and keep on moving.